Hey, hey.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back after a couple months off there.
A couple well-deserved months off, might I
talk
add.
about being refreshed, didn't have to look at these guys for a couple months. That made things so much better. By the way, this is the Star Sports Beat. I'm Pat DiSabato. I'm from the Star newspaper. He's Jeff Ponzak. He's from the Daily Southtown.
How are you?
We're back. What is
Yes,
this,
we
number
are.
3, third year? 100th show, 100th one. Where are we at? 101. 102.
102?
Okay.
Wow.
102.
Some people said we
Beautiful.
wouldn't last.
No. All right, and this is going to be a football extravaganza, so all you football fans out there, high school football fans that is.
Buckle up.
That's right, buckle up.
Strap it in.
Your mom probably's got it strapped in, doesn't she, right now? She's ready to go.
I was waiting for that. Took us, all right. What's the clock, George? 82 seconds.
That's
82
it.
seconds. All right.
Hey,
Good
started
job.
off. You know what
It's
I
a
mean?
new season record.
Speaking of which, I just got back from Las Vegas.
Yeah, you did.
And Caesar's Palace, a lot of older cocktail waitresses.
Really?
Yeah. I think your mom was one of them. And some of those women, I think they know, or they knew Julius Caesar personally. They knew him. Really old. Mercy. But anyways, let's go. Let's get out with the show.
Let's.
All right.
Wait, I'm pretty tired. I've been hanging out with Huntley too much.
Yeah, half a pack a day.
Yeah,
All right.
10.
Top 10. We're going to start right off with the top 10.
Woohoo!
Drum roll, and not an egg roll. And not a...
Although the new China buffet now open in Harlem.
At Tinley Park. Beautiful.
Tinley
It is
Park,
a good thing. And number 10 is...
Take two?
It's good to know that some people are well-oiled more than the
Yeah,
others. You know what I mean?
kidding.
We come back, we're on the count.
You're number 1, George.
You better block me out. I just gave someone a finger. All right, number 10 is Marist, the Redskins, coming back after a strong playoff season. Number 9, the home of Flossmoor Vikings. Ponds, HF, talented, but I think they're a year away.
Well, a drop down in conferences will help them. They go from the
doubt.
blue to the gray. We'll talk about that later as well.
All right, number 8, Sand.
Berg.
The Eagles, a lot of new talent.
The Eagles have landed.
The Eagles have landed. Number 7, the Wildcats of Thornton. Thornton once again loaded. Number 6, Richards Bulldogs. Gary Corhonen, the next victory will be his 200th victory in his illustrious career. Number 5, the Lincoln Way Knights. And I don't know about them being number 5.
Well, they got a stud quarterback, and a lot of times
he's going to UCLA, you know.
Is that the rumor?
No, he's
That really
early
he signed?
committed. Yes, he did. He
Really?
committed early.
How about that? Good for
Your
him.
man's committed early a few times, too.
Wow!
Number 4, the Mount Carmel Caravan. Again, I know the Caravan year in and year out.
That's
very
right.
loaded, but from what I understand, they're not as loaded as in the past.
Well, they lost a lot, but
And this team, number 3, has just come out of nowhere. Either, I was in hibernation with a couple Bears over the winter. I don't know what happened, but
Alonzo
Marion
Spellman?
Catholic, number 3, and really Bonds. I mean, I know they got Whale at quarterback.
well, they got.
Mama weighs as much as a whale.
Well, yeah.
But what's the deal?
Yeah, and you'll see. Well, before we go to that, we should mention Marion Catholic Joliet Township, Week 1 here on Jones Intercable. Live it, love it, learn it, whatever that means. Well, the Spartans were only 5-5 last year, but they returned practically everybody. A lot of sophomores played last year up on the varsity, and this is a Marion team that had its freshman team 2 years ago went 9-0, and included in that 9-0 was a win over Mount Carmel, whose freshmen have lost like one time since like the Carter administration.
Right. Okay, so that take it.
There you
Wow.
go, yeah.
Forget. Hey, excuse me. It was a rough weekend in Vegas. Number 2. Number 2, Bolingbrook,
The Brook.
loaded city. Number 1, again, 42 in a row, is it?
That's it, 42 in a row.
Providence Catholic Celtics, who will face St. Rita. And you know St. Rita doesn't have much luck on its side because the Polish Prince walked the halls of then Quigley South. Now St. Rita.
And now it's a Gerard Grabowski curse.
Yeah, it is. They're
You know, the funny thing was, I remember 2 years ago, Providence was coming off his first state title. A lot of people said that St. Rita was going to beat Providence and end the winning streak, and 28 games later,
I really thought they were going to win
Providence
last year.
still hasn't lost a game. And,
Yeah, they might not lose a game again. So
They might
this
not.
year. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
How are we looking time-wise?
You know,
Carmen?
let's just, let's wrap it up. All right. We're going to take our first of, I think, 17 breaks we got here. We'll be back. We'll go a little more in depth in the football, break down the conferences for you. Heaven, Arizona, all right? All right, Jeff Ponzak here with you. And, boy, if it seems like we made no sense when you watched that football preview the first time, imagine how little sense we're making now about 9 months later. Anyway, thanks for watching. We appreciate you watching even during the summer. Pat, Pat's so busy this summer he can't even make it. But keep watching, because a little later on in the show, actually the next break, you're going to have a chance to win another Star Sports Beat t-shirt brought to you by Fazoli's and the Printer's Quill. So keep watching.
At the heart of every community are the people who get involved and make good things happen. People like your neighbors at Jones Intercable.
On behalf of the Village of Madison, I'd like to thank Jones Intercable for helping to support the Madison Festival each year, the second weekend of June. They do quite a few things of promotions and interviewing, and they really show support for the community. Thanks again to Jones Intercable.
Jones Intercable. It's a smart choice.
ESPN2 covers worldwide sports. ESPN2 covers national sports. And now, ESPN2 and your local cable company bring you the best in local sports. Now that's total sports coverage. Because some of the best sports happen close to home.
Hey, welcome back to the Star
How you
Sports
doing?
Beat, Pat and Jeff. All right, let's dissect the conferences. All right, let's start off with the big doggy, the Sick of
Speaking
Blue.
of dissection, that perfume she's wearing, formaldehyde, it's a nice,
Good stuff.
it's a nice, it does her well.
Mercy.
All right, Sick
All
of
right,
Blue.
Sick of Blue.
Changes. Thornridge in the Sick of Blue. HF out of the
Bye-bye.
Sick of Blue. Helps HF.
I don't really know if it
Doesn't
helps
help.
helps
Well,
that much because
You
you
have
got
to play Bolingbrook, who's as good as anybody in the Sick of Blue, but then you
Andrew.
get some of your and you got Andrew and some
Revis
of
is
the.
supposed to be pretty decent this year.
Well, who would you rather play, Revis or Sandberg?
Or Bloom.
We'll give you that.
All right. All right, Sick of Blue. Obviously, there's 3 Sick of Blue teams in the top 10. Hey, why don't you put that light on so I can see what the hell's going on? Hey. There, good job. Remedial camera work by Gerard Grabowski. All right, Sick of Blue, 3 representatives in our top 10. Sandberg, Thornton, Lincoln Way. Really, this one, what a
You
jack.
just had an extreme close-up, but that's okay. It's good
Thanks,
for you.
thanks.
Yes.
Obviously up for grabs, Pons. I mean, Sandberg, really an entirely new team. Big boy on the line, Jeff Rule, being recruited by a host of Division I schools. They have a new quarterback in Brian Thorson.
Jeff Rule, a 33 on his ACT.
Yeah, almost as much as me.
Yeah, six different times.
They do have a lot of experience still coming back too. But I mean, this is a team that went 6-4 last year. A little bit of a disappointment. There's no
Hey, Jack?
secret they love running the ball. And Mike Navarro will run the ball.
That's good.
They got Jack on again or what? Is
Yeah,
Jack making a return
They got
appearance?
Jack ghosting it out of your face. That's good.
Mercy.
Jack's head on your body.
You're jacking with me big time, huh?
And George is really loving that.
You know what? I can see why George is in a good mood though, because of the fact that his album, The Notorious B.I.G., number 1 in the charts.
All right.
On the charts, he's been big. Notorious
number-
B.I.G. you won. But Sandberg, some impact players to look out for here for the Eagles. Pedro Lozado, Mike LaPuma, Brian Bailey, Ray Kuba. There's some real good talent here. I think Sandberg's going to continue the winning tradition. I think they've got like, what, 10 playoff appearances in a row, I think.
Oh,
something
yeah,
like that.
more than that. Probably a dozen or so.
Yeah, it's
the
up
longest
there.
streak in the area.
Right, and I think they will continue that. They do have a nice team, so we'll see what happens with the Eagles. Lincoln Way, really, we don't give a crap about Lincoln Way 'cause they watch Pillow Talk over there, so we really don't pay them any attention.
I know Lincoln Way people who watch this, and I don't quite know how. Like, besides Joe Trost. I don't know really how. But I don't know.
Yeah, they got the state's top quarterback.
They do. They have Corey Paws,
Paws.
Dud Lee.
And that
But,
game,
well, yeah.
I mean, I think they play Sandberg October 24th.
There'll be a lot of
something
big
like
games in that Sick of Blue. And
Thornton.
Thornton has a kid. Hold on. You caught me by surprise there.
Yeah.
Thornton always has a lot of talented skill positions. David Moore, that's the kid's name. David Moore, the top returning running back, a guy that saw a lot of action last year that probably is going to be counted on to handle a lot of the offensive load. Antoine Randall is gone in Indiana, and Antoine Randall was a kid that could win games by himself, was such a fabulous player, and essentially probably did win that Lake Park game in the playoffs last year. Without him, it's a different look. They're going to have to spread the wealth a little bit more. But, you know, Antoine's cousin, I believe, I think his cousin, Donnie Randall, comes back. He's on the offensive line now. Dontrell Jackson, a good wide receiver for the Wildcats. Obviously, they got to find a quarterback to get it to him. But I think Thornton lost 3 or 4 Division I Division I players last year.
It is impressive
But,
how many Division I players Thornton does have
Yes, it
playing football. I mean, it's quite impressive. So,
But so they lost them, but you know they've got a lot of depth there. They've got some kids coming, and their sophomores were successful last year. So we'll see. You know, probably another strong season in Harvey.
other teams in the Sick of Blue, obviously Thornwood, I think they're a little bit down. They lost a ton of people.
And Thornwood lost a lot of skilled people. A big offensive line for Thornwood, though. That's going to help if you have some size up there. That could, you know, you can overcome a lot of other faults. So we'll see how the Thunderbirds do.
And the big question mark here is if Bloom could win a game, because they are 0-18 the past 2 years. They're
Yes,
looking
they are.
to break a little bit of a hex, and I think they're playing their games this year at Bloom Trail, right?
They
have
always
been?
have. Yeah, they have been playing.
I
their
covered
games.
them 2 years ago. It was at Bloom. Bloom Lincoln Way, and I remember because Rob Gliman
Yeah,
was
that-
not happy with me.
I remember that. That was when Bloom and Bloom Trail were still around.
Was it?
Trust me.
You know what? You might be
I
right.
was at that game for a while.
Yeah, you were. As a matter of
Yes,
fact,
I
you were.
was.
That's right.
So, yeah, Bloom, you know, Mike Alexander, who was a coach at Bloom, yeah, you're number one, was a coach at Bloom the last season before the consolidation. Mike Alexander is a good, young, eager guy, has a lot of patience. He's probably going to need it. But I think they got rid of the Andrews and the Romeovilles on the non-conference schedule. Now they're playing a couple of public league teams. So at least I think they're going to crack the win column in the preseason. That'll give us some momentum heading into that conference. And
Maybe get some people out to the games.
yeah,
too.
exactly.
And the other team in the Sick of Blue to really watch out for, I feel, is Lockport. They're really turning a corner. It's just a matter of time before all those the influx of Homer people, the population booming out there. These kids are just going to, I mean, just bring a lot of success to the program. And that's really the only sport that Lockport hasn't attained
That's
a
true.
ton of success in, because they've just been outstanding in every other sport. just
And
about.
Bill Porter now, offensive
Bill
coordinator.
Porter from Richards. That's a big,
That's big.
big plus.
All right,
for them.
and what Thornridge also in that conference. Look out for Sylvester James Jr., tailback. Should have a big year for the Falcons. All right, we're going to break. When we come back, we'll look at the Sitka Gray, much like the sky, gray. You know,
Looks like your
Henrika
mama's
Benny's.
hair.
Yeah, that too. We'll be right back.
With all the talk about customer service, it's nice to know there are people who take it seriously, like the customer service personnel at Jones Intercable.
At Jones Intercable, customer service is our #1 priority.
From convenient lobby hours, Monday through Saturday.
To 24-hour phone operators, we're here for you, the customer.
Jones Intercable. It's a smart choice.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. At Crossfire, we know our left from our right. Lively debate from both sides, weeknights on CNN.
Hey, welcome back. And there you have it. There is the Academy Award winner right there for Best Picture of the Year, Booty Call. Get the movie. Definitely. Get the movie. Please
Sherry
rent that movie.
Fazoli's?
Sherry Fazoli's a big fan of Booty Call. Her daughter Linda loving Booty Call.
That's right.
George's mama, she's been on Booty Call about five or six times the past week. Just a great movie. Vivica
Mercy.
Fox, nice to look at. Very nice to look at.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Get the booty. Get the
My
booty.
booty,
call.
yeah. There's Gerard on a. Yeah,
Look at the big man.
the
Look at
budget
Polish
doesn't allow for
Prince.
phones here at Jones Intercable. So Gerard on the cell phone. Good
All
job.
right, go to Sitka Gray, huh?
Sitka Gray, like we mentioned before, the switch. Thornridge out, HF in. Bolingbrook, the prohibitive favorite in Sitka Gray with Antonio Harris. HF and Andrew, two teams I think to watch. Two teams that could could make some noise in this conference this year. Two teams that will definitely have their eyes on the playoffs.
I think the key with Andrew is last year they were expected to make the playoffs. Really have that class last year, the '96 class or the '97 class, was just expected to do big time things for the football program. They finished 6-3, a disappointing season. And this team's coming in really, they have really not the expectations that last year's team had. And I think this team is probably as good, if not better, potentially, than last year's team. They have a real good junior class again, and the seniors coming back are very talented. Jared Howard will lead the offensive barrage here at quarterback. They have Nick Tresniak, who's going to be an impact player at linebacker. They just have a nice nucleus, and I think the Thunderbolts, I don't know if they'll give Bolingbrook a run because Bolingbrook's just head and tails above and beyond everyone else, but I think they can possibly make a playoff appearance here with a decent non-conference schedule. Lincoln Way week 2 now, getting rid of Bloom and that 0-9 record and no playoff points. Andrew will be able to pick up some playoff points and make a playoff run.
So if they're 6-3, they will make it.
Definitely. So we'll see what happens there. They do have a good nucleus back.
And HF, we mentioned a top team getting some top 10 consideration. Chris Oliver.
Hello?
Chris Oliver, 3-year senior. The kids are on the phone.
God, I got the Polish prince.
Jeez, I'm trying to discuss things here. Chris Oliver, definitely a Division I prospect, is being listed as a defensive back this year, and he'll certainly play there. He'll also play a lot of wide receiver. He played running back last year at times. He'll return kicks. He'll play special teams. He's a kid that probably will never leave the field. Great kid. Certainly has Division I ability, and you'll see him in a Division I uniform next year, I really think. Trey Harrington takes over the offense. He'll be the quarterback. And a guy that's going to help the Vikings, John Amatola, big defensive lineman, missed last year. Don't mind me. Missed last year with an injury. 6'4", 220 pounds.
I believe that.
Going to be a big addition to the Vikings this year. They've missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. That hasn't happened since the early 1980s. So the Vikings looking to get back in the playoffs this year for the first time under Tom Bailey. All right, when you look at it, Pat, you've got Bolingbrook and Andrew, and you've got HF. But other than that, the conference isn't all that strong. I mean, Revis has got some players coming back, and they're a team that could make some noise. Stagg a little bit down, Shepherd down, Bradley down. So you're talking from HF or Andrew's perspective, with Stagg, Shepherd, and Bradley, you're probably looking at 3 wins there. So and that's those are, and
you never know. I mean, Shepherd's capable, and Stagg. The best thing Stagg did was put Kenwood on their schedule in week 1. They might be able to start the season off with a win, gain some confidence, a little bit of momentum, and maybe play spoiler a couple times.
That's right.
But I know Shepherd's down a little bit from what you understand too on the sophomore level. The numbers are down a little bit. They might have 20 kids out. Certainly not as down as TF North, who only had 6 kids come out for the sophomore team, and they will not have a sophomore level program this year, which is pretty sad.
That is pretty sad.
So obviously we both think the prohibitive favorite is Bolingbrook in that conference, and Andrew and HF could possibly make some serious noise.
Yeah, I think they're probably battling for second place. Though Romeoville too, a team.
Very talented.
Yeah, Romeoville and Revis will be in that mix for second place there too.
Should be a very competitive conference, other than Shepherd and Stagg. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's right. All right, the Sika Orange.
Rapping again?
What? Oh, for goodness sakes! Got more commercials than Oprah. I have no idea what that means. All right, we'll come back. We'll take a look at the Sika Orange. Maybe we'll delve into the Sika Green a little. Go get a haircut. We all need some Lisa Thomas haircuts. Okay, we'll see.
Experience something extraordinary. Real Italian, cooked good and slow, but served real fast. Speedy spaghetti. Lasagna lickety-split. Pizza pronto. And fettuccine in a flash. All for just a little bread. Oh, and the breadsticks are unlimited with dine-in entrees. Fazoli's. It's real Italian, real fast.
All right, Jeff Ponzek back with you again. Now it's time for your chance to win a Star Sports Beat t-shirt brought to you by Fazoli's. 2 locations to serve you. Yum, yum. That's right. Martin Zucker getting hungry just thinking about it. And also the Printer's Quill in Tinley Park. Hey, you need some business cards? Go see the Printer's Quill. Tell them the Star Sports Beat sent you. They'll give you a strange look. Our question. Yeah. Sandburg High School has won state titles in 2 sports. I want you to name, is this a game symbol or something? I want you to name those 2 sports. If you know, call 773-792-4376. When you call with your answer, give your name, give your address, give your t-shirt size. We have large, we have extra large, and we have double extra large. We had some Mrs. Disabedo, but we ran out of those, so no more left of those. All right? Give us a call. What sports has Sandburg won a state title in? Let us know. Win free food, win a free t-shirt. We'll see you.
Hey, welcome back to the Star
Do we have a
Sports
Fazoli's break that time, George? All right, real quickly, Fazoli's trivia question. Catholic Metropolitan, what's the big one? Blue, I believe?
Blue.
6 teams in there. Marion, Mount Carmel, Marist, St. Rita, Brother Rice, Loyola. Here's a trivia question. How many of those teams in that conference have not won state titles? There's at least one, okay? How many have not won state titles, and what team is it? Call us, 773-792-4376. You could win free food from Fazoli's. All right, thanks a lot. All right,
Great
Sicko
job.
Orange. Couple changes. Oak Forest and Rich East up. Cremoni and Hillcrest down. Richards, the favorite in Sicko Orange. TF South looking for their 4th straight playoff appearance. Chris Clopton is gone. A lot of talent gone. It's going to be hard to replace Clopton, but Mark Padgett, the quarterback, coach's kid. Solid quarterback. Ozzie Avila, kid who came in when Clopton was hurt a couple times last year, did a real good job. So you never know. The TF South is a big game week 1 against Cremoni. That'll probably determine a lot. Those are 2 teams looking to return to the playoffs. We'll see a lot after that.
And another team, obviously, Oak Forest should be in the mix. They've lost a lot of kids. New coach, Brian McDonough, takes the helm. And, you know, Pons, how about this for an assistant coaching staff? You talk about the Graybeards. Andy Sienna, Ron Stewart, Carl Zambo, Wayne Maluski, right. Gene Johnson, and Tim Hart. There's about 180 years of experience there. So
and
we're refer to them as the Graybeards.
170 I'm from Siena.
Right. Wow. But the Bengals, very talented again. I think they got Danny Lang returning. He's one of the top running backs in the area, if not the state. Quarterback Greg Strange, Timmy Gilbert, Reed Speck, Billy Judge. They've got some talent coming back. Tommy Marin. So watch out for the Bengals. I think in week 1 we'll tell a lot because it doesn't get any better than this, Pons. Oak Forest, Bremen to open up the season. You know, they're not very
friendly
fond of
with each other. No, and for the first time in a long time, not a conference game.
Right.
Opening up the season, yeah.
So I'll be out in the sidelines for that one,
nice
Pons.
job.
You know, Johnny D healthy again for the Braves. Braves are talented. Jesse Esom
we'll get to
quarterbacking.
them. They're in the green. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Kreis. I'm sorry. They've got a ton of talent over there.
And one team also in the orange. Look out for Rich East. Rich East. What?
Go ahead.
Walter Young, quarterback. Studley. This kid is a tremendous athlete. He's got some Division I ability. He may run, he may pass, but he's going to be a load. 2 good receivers, and our good friend Richard McNutt and Darian Yarbrough. Alfie Gordillo, a lineman, bench presses 460 pounds, the strongest kid that Bob Lombardi's ever had.
You should just pick your mom up.
Or your wallet. So I think the Rockets, when you, like we mentioned with Lincoln Way, when you have an outstanding quarterback like that, you can do a lot of things. So look out for the Rockets.
Look out for the Eisenhower Cardinals. Forget the Rockets. The Eisenhower Cardinals junior class. I'm telling you, you guys watch. You guys watch this class. Remember this name, Pierre Henderson, Studley, Dudley. And they got the Ostrowski brothers. They have Brian Sullivan playing defensive back. Corey Stuckey. Your mama used to use Stickum on their hands. Julio Huertas. They are just, Chris Lewis at QB. Watch out for the Cardinals. I'm bleeding Cardinal red big time. If not this year, the Cardinals will win that conference next year.
All right.
They will win that conference next year. As long as everyone stays educable.
That's all right. It's not easy being green now. It's not easy being green. Let's go to the Sicko Green quickly. Bremen, the favorite, as Pat mentioned. Let me talk about Rich South a little, coming off one of their best years ever last year. They returned quarterback Danny Irvin, wide receiver Greg Lewis. 2 top-notch, 3 varsity players, top-notch players. They're going to have to lead the way. The John Brown, a big 2-way player for the Stars. Mike Norwood's going to anchor the defensive line. I'm sorry. And Deion Packer, a kid that they're going to look for both in the offensive and defensive backfield, is the guy to step things up.
Now, Brennan, Kevin Curtin, real nice player. Jesse Isom, Jim Dempsey, back from Hawaii. Hookie, he's with Don Ho and your mama. DeShannon Foster at running back. He's explosive. He can.
I know Don Ho's brother, but.
Josh O'Shea.
We can't wrap it up.
They've got some talent. Hey, what about Tinley Park?
All right,
Tinley Park's in this conference. Tinley Park.
All right,
remember this name for Tinley Park. Shawndale Summerall, Studley, and the sweet swinging Billy Williams at running back.
No,
they're very talented.
Can I get 30 more seconds here?
Come on. All right. We'll wrap it up. We're going to wrap up the Sick of Green when we come back. Have a Rickabenny's.
Fazoli's and all that, too.
At the heart of every community are the people who get involved and make good things happen. People like your neighbors at Jones Intercable.
Aunt Martha's Youth Service Center is very grateful to Jones Intercable and its employees for all the support that we've received, from Adopt a Child for Christmas through corporate sponsorship. Thank you very much for helping us to help children, youth, and families.
Jones Intercable. It's a smart choice.
7 nights a week. Wild. 7 reasons to go wild. Sunday. 1. Monday. 2. Tuesday. 3. Wednesday. 4. Thursday. 5. Friday. 6. And Saturday. 7. It's bigger than ever. Miss a night and you miss a lot. Wild Discovery 7 nights a week. You've gotta see this on the Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
All right, there you go. We're back.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Hey,
quickly, we're wrapping up the Sick of Green. Creed-Money, new coach Rich Tarka looking to return to the playoffs. O.J. Williams and Mickey Arabalo, two big linemen, gonna help in that transition. Rob Sikora, now I have no idea what they're doing. Rob Sikora, now the quarterback, and the Teray brothers, Sean, a sophomore, and Mike, a junior, both playing both ways. The Terays, big fans of the show. Over at Rich Central, Aaron Hodges, 6'5", 275-pound offensive lineman, is a captain. Johnny Stewart's going to run the eye at quarterback position, and Keith Butler, look for a big year out of Keith Butler, a receiver for Rich Central. His brother is Quincy Woods. And Hillcrest also in the green. Hillcrest down in numbers. I don't know what to expect out of the Hawks, but Maurice Temple, a 3-year varsity player, 6'3", 240-pound lineman.
What the hell is going on here? What do you guys have this on? Mercy. All right, let's go to the Sack of Dog. No players of the week, obviously. There's no
Next week we'll get them.
Next week we'll have our first. So Rick Benny's and Lisa Thomas Swan will be back in the mix. All right, Sack of Dog. My Sack of Dog. I've been waiting all summer to nail this SOB. The famous Richard Dick Piaczek. First of all, we should send congratulations out to him. He's the new athletic director, Ed Andrew. Great to come into the Zone 3 area. Now you're going to have to deal with us, Pie. Deal with myself and Al Macy. You'll get high and tight.
Oh, boy.
You'll get a little high and tight. But giving a scoop to the Daily Southtown, and I won't even mention the names of the people over there, except for this fine young man over here.
Hi, how are you?
But that was terrible, Pie, and we'll get you back. You are my Sack of Dog for the rest of the season.
Hey, Taylor Bell football preseason. Best 5 kickers in the state.
Yeah, Nick
Setta, not among them. Mercy.
Only holds the record, 58-yard field goal last year.
All right, hey, but Taylor Bell's starting the season off right. You can expect, this year, that's subtitled 9 Weeks of Factual Inaccuracy by Taylor Bell, so that's good. All right, hey, another season is underway. Get out to a game this Friday, this Saturday. Watch some football while the weather's still good. God love you, everyone. We'll see you next week.